Hello everybody, welcome to our survival guide for ASKA. Today we are talking about how to make patrols so that your villagers feel safe. They don't have that work anxiety or that sleep anxiety anymore. So let's get into this whole thing. So the first thing you'll need to do is make the barracks, which we have right over here. To unlock this, you actually need to make the workshop pit, which is this guy right over here. So once you craft that, that'll unlock basically the recipe for the barracks. So if we look at our defense, that's where we're going to find it. The barracks are right here. To craft this, you'll need 3 logs, 7 long sticks, 9 rope, 6 large stone, 6 normal stone, and then 10 sticks and 10 bark. So you'll need all those things to fully craft this guy here, and then this is the end result here. So once you have your barracks set, ready to go, you are going to need to get yourself a villager to basically become like a soldier. And obviously, to do that, you're going to need to use your Eye of Odin. You're going to need to use the Jotun blood to activate it and find yourself a villager. And when you are considering a villager for your barracks, you're definitely going to look at things like their health is bolstered, or they have like some sort of proficiency in a type of weapon or something like that. So for example, my guy, if we scroll down here to the barracks, Anders is my primarily my guard, basically my soldier, and some of his proficiencies, for example, he has mighty vigor, so he possesses exceptional stamina and strength, allowing him to perform physically demanding tasks. So I kind of liked that in terms of just like how he'll have more stamina in battle. And then I really like this as well, the resilient surge. So he finds his inner strength when his health is at his lowest. So he gets like this burst of stamina to continue fighting. So if things are going bad for him, he has a chance of, making it out a little bit better. So we have all that. We have monk body, so which is not ideal. So this is kind of like one of the things to look out for. He ultimately had more pros than, cons, so I went with him. But, obviously just keep an eye on the debuffs as well. Now, once you have the villager that you have in mind, that you want to be, your soldier, you're going to have to make a weapon for them. And there's kind of like a number of weapons that you can assign to him or them, whatever they are. And but the thing is to keep in mind is that there are specific weapon loadouts that are that the barracks kind of like recognize. So if we actually just go to the menu of this, we'll see this loadout section, right? And we have a few options here. We have obviously Anders here because we have assigned him to this barracks. And by the way, if you haven't done that, press the R key first here, and then you can go ahead and assign whoever it is that you want to assign here. We've already done that. Anders is ready to go. So let's go back to our loadout screen. So here he is. We're going to click him, and here's where we can choose his loadout. And this basically means the weapon that he is going to be using. So there's 3 right now. There's probably going to be more options in the future. But right now we have Skirmisher, which is basically you wield a short weapon. We have Bruiser, which is a heavy weapon, and then Warrior, which is like a weapon and a shield. So I gave him a 2-handed club, I believe, so he's going to go be a Bruiser. So we're going to select that, and we are going to confirm. So that is what he is now. That's his weapon loadout. Oh my goodness, hello everyone. And if you haven't made weapons yet, you'll find it at the workshop. And you'll see you have like a number of weapons you can choose. So primarily it's going to be kind of like your clubs here. So flimsy club or a simple spiked club. If you're going for like the skirmisher or the weapon and shield, you'll obviously also have your flimsy shield. Just to start off with, obviously you have more options the more developed your village is, but just starting out, that's what you got. And then you also have the heavy club, which is what our friend Anders has, which is a 2-handed club. So you basically just have to craft that, and then you can give that to them. You just trade with them. Look at him, he's already busy at work. We love that for him. And then so basically he's ready to go, and at this point we need to set up his patrol. So if we go ahead and press the Q key to get to the tasks tab, which is this little tab right here, we can add a task for him. So we see he's right here. If you have a number of soldiers, you'll see a few here that you can, like switch out of to, choose who you want to assign this patrol to. And then you can obviously assign a name to it. I'm just going to put, oops, this is getting a little wonky for me. There we go. Village, because that's where this is. There we go. And then we're going to add a patrol point. So if we do that, I have already made a few flags, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But I have made some flags. I've renamed them because I find that very helpful in keeping my patrols organized. So I'm going to assign him to the barracks first, and then the first point. So we'll confirm that first, and we'll have him go 3 hours there. He's going to train at that, and then we're going to add another patrol point. We're going to mark this one, and I'll again have him go for 3 hours for that. And then the final one, and I'm going to have him go 3 hours, or it won't let me. Oh, it won't let me because that's how many hours he has to work, because I'm really nice like that. So, you know what? No, let's switch that. Let's make that a little... Yes, that's perfect. So I'm happy with that. We're going to go ahead and create that. And he's going to go on that patrol that we've basically put for him. So you can see right now he's hanging out here because that's like part of the schedule. He'll be there for 3 hours, and then he's going to move on to his other location. So how do we, if you didn't have those options, you might be wondering, okay, but how do I get him out of barracks? You might only see like the barracks, for example. And that's great because the barracks does kind of, offer some security. It also allows them to, excuse me, sir, allows him to, oh, look at him go. Wow, he's going for the high ground there, to patrol, this region here. But obviously, I want him out here to make these guys feel comfortable that, they have people that they're keeping them safe. And to do that, you're going to need to make patrol markers, which is what this guy is right here. And to make that, if you go to our build menu, you'll see these markers. We have patrol marker right here. You need 3 sticks and 1 rope to make this. So basically, you just build it, you put it where you want, and then if we go ahead and show the radius on this, you can see that this is pretty expansive. Honestly, this one for the most part takes care of this whole area that I want covered. So I only need 1 marker here, which is really nice. And then you can also name it, which is what I do. You can just name it right up here. I named it to 1.1 because for me, how my brain works, that just tells me this is the first route and this is the first kind of stop on the route, basically. Not counting the barracks, obviously. But you can rename it whatever, whatever works best for you. And then because this only goes here, I wanted to make sure, because I know I'm going to be having buildings over here eventually, like a farm, maybe the farm, but definitely like the fishing hut and such. I wanted to have a patrol marker here too, so I made another one over here, and again, I named this to 1.2 because again, that tells me this is the first patrol, the second stop, basically. Because obviously at the barracks you can have up to 3 villagers, and I think you might actually be able to have 1 more because this now I believe has a tier 2. So you might be able to get 1 more in there. We'll have to see ourselves. But at the very least, you'll have 3 villagers that you can assign here. So for me, it makes sense to, distinguish which person is on each patrol. That's just how I like to be organized. You don't have to be that organized. You can do it however you want. But that is basically the gist, the kind of the process of how to get a villager, in the barracks, and then how to make the patrol. You just kind of have to make those flags and then create the task, and then assign it to whoever you want to assign it to, and they will go on their patrol. Look at them all waving. They're getting their water. Let's see if Anders goes on his patrol, because I feel like he should, in theory anyway, be moving on from the barracks to a new location, unless he wants to hang out here, I guess. Maybe he just wants to hang out. I don't know. He can do what he wants, whatever. But anyway, these guys are just wasting all of my fire. Y'all need to stop, okay? You're not using the fire. Don't light it up. Thank you very much. But anyway, so that is the barracks. If you have questions about how to set a patrol and all that, do let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, keep surviving and keep thriving.